Well, it is time for inventory. So, yeah, this is a mess. I'm going to yank all of it out. And we'll see what we actually have left. That's old stuff. Now these beans here, oh, that's a bean and carrot. These beans here are the last of the late season stuff last year, and they're really, really, really stringy, so I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be emptying 5 jars of beans. But see how it compares to last year's messy inventory. All right, I'm gonna get to work. Well, there she goes. Wow. This still has a couple hours to cook. Yeah, so this picture right here. Yeah, that's a lot of chopping. So I did not use the entire half bushel of tomatoes for this one. This one's chili sauce. So it's got the tomatoes, onions, peppers, basically the same thing you'd put in stewed tomatoes, but it has pickling spice, vinegar, brown sugar, and salt. Just a different combination of stuff. Now, if I had 2 massive stock pots and if I didn't have to go to work later, I probably would have done it all and then just had the 2 pots going, but that's a lot of canning at once. And I think I'm just gonna do one item at a time. Another thing to add to the inventory. And I haven't counted any jar that we have made this year. So, all right. I'm gonna let this keep boiling. I need to get something to eat. 3 coffees on an empty tummy. Bad idea. Just saying. Alrighty, adding to the inventory, we have chili sauce made. In case you're curious, chili sauce, this kind of stuff, this one here, it's kind of like stewed tomatoes, but it has like pickling spice and vinegar and things in it. Very, very tasty. Just some chicken or pork chop or whatever. And to be honest, I tend to cook macaroni and just put the chili sauce in and eat it. See these? I am a glutton for punishment. We have so many cucumbers. I tried the dill pickles again, but this time on these pickles here, I soaked them in alum so they'll try and do the crunchy. And all I did was I added some chili flake and some dill seed. Having a hard time finding dill weed. All right, 5 more jars for the inventory. Well, time to work on the stewed tomatoes. Just starting to actually get them all peeled, but then I got this guy. That is a tomato. Oh my gosh. All right, it is 7:30 in the morning. I am halfway done getting these potatoes blanched. Potatoes? Yeah, it's early. Tomatoes blanched. A lot of work to do before work today. Well, a lot of chopping, a lot of cooking. The stewed tomatoes, ready for jars. I'll post this recipe too when I show you guys everything we've done for this year's inventory. This is how you look after you chop a half a bushel plus of tomatoes, 6 green peppers, half a thing of celery, and a bunch of onions. Yeah. Time to put this stuff in jars. Okay, first batch of stewed tomatoes are in, but I'm trying a new kind of lid. I thought I'd show you. Now I got these, I had to order them from Amazon because they were actually sold out at 4 jars, but they were the same price, so it worked out well. And there's 100 lids. They come in 4 packages individual, 25 lids each. And so far, so good. Now I'll link the page where I heard about these. It's Little Mountain Ranch. They're in British Columbia. Very cool lady. She makes some great recipes, by the way. Just saying now. But check those out if you want. Now, the reason why I bought them is that finding any Ball or Bernardin lids right now, for me, it's a little difficult. And these are a tiny bit more expensive, but to be honest, it's like 3 cents a lid. Who cares? if I can get these, why not? So this is our first foray into 4 jars. I'll show you how they come out. Well, I'm a little winded because these were heavy. So I think we seriously added to our inventory. I mean, look at the size of this thing. That's my hand. You ready? Woohoo! Whew. Well, the tomatoes will go out on the table to ripen, except for a couple of these guys. Oh, excuse me, because these are just an orange tomato, so these are going to be for lunch. This guy, whoops. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful looking tomato? Oh, so looking forward to opening him up. But all these little guys are going to go out for our tomato sauce later this year. Oh my gosh, sorry guys, allergies. But yeah, we have a lot of cucumbers. I think we're going to be dropping some off to the community fridge. Okay, well, we've been working on the inventory, and forgive the state of the greenhouse, it looks terrible. But the onions have been in here curing for quite a while in the old trays. Oh, that's that ugly one that I should have threw out. I got to throw him away. There's a good spot. But, I mean, the onions didn't get as big as I wanted them to, but they look really good. I'm pretty happy. And the garlic has thoroughly dried out now. Looks fabulous. So now I'm trying to decide, do I just put the garlic in the freezer this year? I'm thinking I will. I mean, putting garlic in the freezer is pretty easy. Basically just peel it and put it in a freezer bag. I think that might be the plan. But not today, because I have to get ready for work. Wait till you see what we've done when we've added to the inventory. It's been busy. Well, this is the latest pick. We have a couple more English cucumbers out there. So my dining room table is still a mess. I'm still working on resetting up the dining room, but look at him. I think BLTs may be in our future for lunch tomorrow. Isn't that a beautiful looking tomato? Believe it or not, we still have some yellow beans growing. Now, I actually thought they were done, but that's so weird. So these ones I have to wash up and trim a little bit, of course, right? Excuse me. Found a purple bean. Didn't expect that. And then all the salad tomatoes. Now, yeah, there's so many of them, it's crazy. So a lot of these salad tomatoes, Fred's actually taken some to work already. Takes those with a cucumber every day. Because, yeah, we still have a lot of cucumbers. And I also made a cucumber tomato feta cheese, just a little salad to go with supper. We've been eating a lot of cucumbers, and I've taken an entire bag to the community fridge. That's in Summerside, right close to where we do our shopping every week. So I dropped a lot of those off too. Yeah. I would say our natural fertilizer has seriously helped our inventory. Maybe a little bit too much. Check out this. Hi. Flashy new stock pot. So, we have to make some room in the freezer. So, we have tomatoes on the go and they're freezing for tomato sauce. So, taking advantage of the new stock pot. Oh yeah, I didn't actually tell you what was in there. So this is the turkey carcass. Now this is wings and thighs and it's got some meat in it. So I am going to just pick the meat off. So we thought, ooh, you guys are getting steamy. So I thought I'd just make up some turkey and stock for our inventory. The inventory is definitely getting there. All I did is put in there is the green things are garlic scapes from the freezer and some salt and pepper. That's it. I just want a nice clean turkey stock. It has been quite the madhouse around here since that's been done. And I am so far behind in actually even showing you guys anything that's going on with the homestead. Like, it's crazy. So I'm lucky to keep up with the grass most of the time. And we finally started a big job. And yeah, it qualifies as inventory. That thing. Believe it or not, we finally started in on it yesterday. Can you see him? That's quite the spider web. Wow. So I'm just gonna kind of go in here where there's no spider web. I'm all right with spiders as long as I know where they are, and I'm not gonna walk into them, because then I'll freak out, and then I'll start batting at it, and then I'll squish a spider, and I don't like doing that. So anyway, like I was saying, inventory for us isn't just the jars. We've been starting on the wood. So our little log splitter, now I have a piece of wood there, it just kind of makes it so it's a little bit closer when it comes to splitting the wood, but I am proud of myself. All of this wood, see all that beautiful wood? I split all that. And yeah, me, I split that. Now, Fred did cut it, but I split it all, and I'm pretty happy with that. So one thing that we did have to do is that we've been waiting for basically a good price on a chainsaw. Now, yeah, I know we've got the little electric one, but a lot of this wood, that poor little electric chainsaw just wasn't going to cut it. And we tried, and we were right. So what we did is we bought a new chainsaw. So that's our little Canadian Tire electric 14-inch special. And then we bought a 20-inch Troy-Bilt 42cc, I think it is. Yep, no. What does that say? 46cc. Yeah, 46cc gas chainsaw. So we were waiting for a good deal, and this is the time of year to get them. Canadian Tire had 4 left for the 20-inch, and it was on sale for $289. Took a chunk out of the budget, especially now that the house is done. Now we're doing the big catch-up, but that's okay. It's got to get done. They did also have another 14-inch for $169, but the size of some of those logs, we needed a longer one. So, yeah. All right. So, what was I going to say? Oh my gosh. Memory is gone. Memory is totally gone. All right, so we have the turkey stock on the go today. But yeah, I got to count up the inventory that I did. And then I'll show you what I've done so far this year. And we haven't actually finished yet. Okay, this is what we've made so far this year. Let me show you what's on the shelves now. Now we have stuff on the shelves because this is the seedling shelf later on in the year. But as I've already shown you, we've got brown beans, which I had canned, but they are also count because they are from this year. I've got the dill pickles, the bread and butter pickles, and these are the sweet ones. The bean and ham soup, the split pea and ham soup. The other bread and butter pickles, which are not as sweet. We have ground beef, spaghetti sauce, and this is all the chili sauce. This is all the stewed tomatoes. Now you can actually see the difference between the two because this has got like vinegar, brown sugar, and things. And these are just the stewed tomatoes with, you know, garlic powder, onion, celery, oregano, basil. I had to think about that. And I had a little bit left over. So I made a few little jars of salsa. We have some Lady Ashbury relish. Now this is a cucumber relish. It's really, really good. We have the cucumbers. We have all of these wonderful looking green pieces of goodness. Yes, the icicle pickles. We have apple juice. And the dill pickles that we're trying again. Now, since I just showed you guys all of these, I thought I'd tell you about these 4-jar lids. So far, I didn't have a single failure. They worked really, really well. I'm actually pretty happy with them. So I got my Bernardin lids and my 4 jars. I mean, they work well. All of them are great. But yeah, I have to admit, I'm very, very happy with these. So in case you're curious, like I said, 4 jars. They work well. Didn't I say that? Like what, 3 times? It's been a long day. Are you ready for this final count? Oh, by the way, what do you think of my new little shelf that I picked up at IKEA? And yeah, it's got a kitty house. Now, they've sniffed at it. Nobody slept in there yet, but hey, it's there. But that did tidy this mess up. Because my desk and I, we have fights on a regular basis. Alrighty, so now I did not count the relish and Fred's jam that I did last year, because that really hasn't changed, and I didn't subtract them. I probably should have, but the last inventory I did was 334. But that included the jam and the relish. Now, what I have left over, 132 jars, not including the relish and the jam. And I know the relish and the jam, I think, is about 48 jars. So it's not so bad. But I used 200 jars. Wow. That's a lot of jars. But so far on that shelf, we have 130 jars already. And we're not done yet. So I still have a mountain of cucumbers. Thinking we're gonna have to make maybe some more Lady Ashburnham, because that stuff's actually really good. It's like a mustard pickle relish. The recipe itself is a safe recipe when you take one ingredient out, which I do. I just let it cook a little longer. And of course, I still have, I don't know how much tomato sauce to make and pizza sauce. Kind of debating though, do we make pizza sauce or do we go right into tomato paste? I know I want to make some tomato paste. It's not as thick as the commercial stuff, but it actually does make really good pizza sauce if you just make tomato paste. Add a little bit of water and then your, a little basil, oregano, garlic. Oh, fabulous. But anyway, guys, I keep looking at my shelf because it's all uncovered because I have the curtain that keeps it dark in there. Anyway, like I was about to say, that's the inventory so far, and compared to last year, wow. So I don't can just for fun. We use it, and it's amazing how far all this stuff will go. Alrighty, everybody. I guess we'll see you next time. We're going to be doing some canning adventures soon because the tomato season is hard upon us. We'll see you next time as we do our simpler life here on PEI. Bye for now.